Good morning and welcome to today's verse. Today's verse, it comes to us from the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. And it says this: I know how to be abased and I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. God teaches his servants to be content no matter the circumstances. Notice here that Paul had to learn to conquer circumstances and to not let circumstances worry him. He had to learn how to be content. Paul knew how to be abased, that is, to be in want and to have little. He knew how to abound, and that is, to live in plenty and prosperity, which is probably a lot harder than to do without, because our flesh, it tends to crave more and more. But Paul knew the secret to facing life situations, whether being full, having plenty, or going hungry and being in need. And what was that secret? We see that in verse 13, where he says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yes, Paul had to take the first step, but he knew that he was never alone. When it appeared he had reached the very end or he felt exhausted, he knew Christ steps in when our strength is no longer sufficient. It is then that Jesus demonstrates his wonderful love and care for us as his beloved children. I want to read to you what Lehman Strauss said concerning this verse. He says that in those early days of my Christian experience, I could not see how some Christians I knew could be content with so little of this world's good. I sincerely trust that I am learning the secret. From what I see about me, I do not hesitate to say that it is a secret many Christians have yet to learn. Paul needed to learn it. He said, I have learned. The lesson of contentment was one he learned by degrees in varying circumstances. As a young unbelieving Jew, he had no want in so whatsoever as the world's possessions are concerned. He did not always know the divine provision of satisfaction, but after he was saved, he came to learn it, not in academic classroom, but as a result of a lengthy experience of trials and disciplines. He says that I have learned in the language of a good student. Have you learned to be satisfied in your place and position and possessions in life? We find that in his book of devotional studies in Philippians on page 321. Just know this, that no matter what you're facing today, that you're not alone. Yes, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I pray that you would meditate upon this verse. It would be a word of encouragement to you as you go throughout your day, as you begin this first day and the beginning of a new week. I pray that you have a great day, have a wonderful day, and then tune in again tomorrow, yes, as we consider today's verse. Amen.